Well, hello y'all, it's been a while. Yeah, June of 2024 I think was my last video. Any kind of update. Since then there's been all kinds of crazy going on. I figured I'd just update you right before Christmas here. I was writing, trying to remember my calendar and how the months went, so I could give you kind of an accurate update. So where were we? We had a detached retina back in June of that year, 24, and we were still fighting that. We finally got that kind of cleared up. So after that, when was this? This wasn't much in July. I think we had a festival, 4th of July festival with the community. Then we took, in August, we took a 10-day trip to Tennessee, see my son Ben, and then shot down through Arkansas. We almost stopped at William Bond's place. His daughter was sick, so we just went on down. Saw my daughter in San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio was a long ways from Tennessee, but we got down there and then spent a few days there, and then went back up to Arkansas and helped move our neighbor. She had a house up here. She moved down there to be with her daughter, and didn't work out, so she was going to move back. So we rented her a U-Haul and loaded everything up and got her back up here. So that was kind of what that whole trip was about there. Also in August, I had a birthday. I hit my 60th. Not really eventful for such a big deal, but who cares? It was 60. And let's see, nice milestones, what I wrote. Still had some appointments for my eye, and everything was cool with that. We did develop a cataract in that time, and kind of muffled through that in misery, and it's kind of weird being blind in one eye for a while. So let's see here. Oh, we did some concrete for both Gypsy and for Tag. Both of their barns. That was their foundation for their barns. Actually, Gypsy was building a barn dominium, so that's what that was about. September rolls around, and myself and Billy Bond from Permafasher's Farm were asked to do a demonstration for chicken processing at Midwest Preparedness Festival. So we got that done. We had a great time at that, as always do. And that was, I think, the first time that Billy's introduction into a festival that had camping. And he's just baffled by how that's different from the other ones, and it's a lot nicer, more intimate atmosphere. So anyway, we got that done. Let's see, September we had a few birthdays with the grandkids, actually the granddaughters, in Iowa. So we went up there for a few days and saw them. Oh, where does that leave us? Had a few heart doctor appointments, seeing how that was going. Then we started building a house for Jesse and Callie. It was Callie Blackwell. And that took us about a month to get that thing weathered in. That was a fun experience, because it was basically just me and him. He called a couple of community work days where we actually raised the walls, and he built 10-foot tall walls on this thing. So he had like the main living area and then another few feet loft area with a gable end roof. So we got that closed in for them before winter. And then I believe I went to Self-Reliance Festival. We ran with Grumpy Acres down there and had a good time with that, as we always do. Then we got back, I think that following weekend we had a butcher day at Grumpy's place. And that was more of a demonstration. Whoever wanted to get hands-on and learn how to do it, we put it out to the community for that. And that went pretty good. And then, let's see, that was also in September. We took off to Kentucky Sustainable Living Festival. But we went a few days early and stayed with Two Old Crows. And during that time, I helped Randy put in a shower surround in the bathtub in his daughter's place there. And that was his first time dealing with anything like that, so he actually learned a lot. And okay, that puts us into a few days later. Our Jeep goes into the shop. We find out that a 72,000 mile engine needs to be replaced because the oil pump has failed. Apparently that's pretty important in that little engine, because you'd be driving down the road and it would just shut off, and it didn't care where you had to pull over or anything, it was going to shut off. Luckily a lot of times it would restart again, but yeah, so that went into the shop, and it was 3 months later when we got it back, something like that. Anyway, it was gone a while. New engine, but anyway, we turned around again to go to Kentucky Sustainable. And this time I taught a chicken processing class. And Son of Hacks was with me and he helped out. So we had a lot of fun doing that. Met a few people, but we're starting to see that the traffic coming through is kind of slowed down. I don't know if the economy's what's going on or what, but anyway, the people were there. We actually could do some hands-on training because the sponsors actually got some insurance for that, so that was good. And then coming back, we came down through Tennessee and dropped Mrs. Hacks off at the airport. She went to her high school reunion. She actually went the roundabout way, picked up a friend, they drove up to Pennsylvania, and then trying to fly back, she had all kinds of problems and took her several days to get home. So that was a lot of fun. Or she didn't have fun doing it, but what else? That puts us into August. That's August of this year. We're working on some electrical and water, trying to get some more infrastructure in. And I think we did some more fencing during that time. I had my birthday, so that'd be 61 now. And we got called for another work day. This time it was for Skane's girl. And she had ordered stuff to start getting her house built. So I don't know what it is about late summer or early autumn, whatever it is, that we did Jesse and Callie's the year before, and now Skane's had to get one closed in before winter. And when winter rolls in, it's great hot days and everything, and all of a sudden you get smacked with cold days, and you don't recover from some of that. So let's see, she was in the process of moving. I had to get that house built. That was on the 23rd that we did a work day. Tag had showed up. I don't know, there was a bunch of us there. And I think we got the foundation, the flooring, and the walls up, which left us with the roof. And what were we doing? Trusses? No. No, they were just rafters. But we had, we'd started on it, and from running down the ridge, it was looking like a snake trail. So we had to force, and that's because of the walls were out of whack. Because there was no loft to carry all the way through the house. There's a big open space there. The walls would actually bow out, so we were tying them in with the rafters. So me and another gypsy, I think part of the cardiac crew, was helping me with that, but neither one of us should have been up there. Son Hacks went and helped out a few of those days, but I was there for 7 days straight, I think, trying to get that set up, and we started getting the decking up, and Grumpy and Indiana Mike came in and finished up the next day. That would have been another Saturday. So we got it closed in anyway. They had to tarp over the whole house just to keep the rain from coming, and that they were finishing it up when it started raining. So that was a good thing. They were able to do that. I've still got some ladders down there, in fact. Yep. Yeah, let's see. And Daniel, Son of Hacks, went to a wilderness rescue course that Bear Independent puts on, and he learned all kinds of things about first aid and rescue from the wilderness. Being you're staying in the wilderness, and how to operate without bringing in equipment and all that from emergency crews. What does it get you back to civilization? Hospital, yeah. And it's imminent rescue. I mean,
within an hour.
Yeah.
Anything past an hour is wilderness.
Okay, so let's see. Got your rescue thing done. We spent 3 days in Iowa for the grandkids. Got to go up there and visit. And they had a good time. I don't know what, they got all kinds of stuff. They had a good time. Anyway, let's see. Came back, and there was another Midwest Preparedness Fall Festival. Billy's son William was up here. He taught classes for that one. And actually after the festival, he came up here to visit. And we did do a video, but according to William, the audio is all screwed up, so we got to do another one. But that's kind of a series that he wanted to start. So yeah, he got to spend a day up here, and then let's see, whose was this one? Okay, Jacob, we had a concrete pour for him. That was a little pad, but he's doing a pad, and then he's going to put a tiny house on it, a cabin. So we got that done. Another butcher day. We did a sheep. Let's see, this time it wasn't Knucklehead, it was Lambo. That was our bottle baby from the year before, and he was getting pretty dang aggressive as far as if you're not paying attention, he liked to headbutt you. Well, he hurt Patty and Chris enough to where it's tight. Okay, you got to go in the freezer. So we handled him. Then it was on the bees, tagging bees for the septic on the community building. And the way he laid it out, man, there was a lot of digging to do. They dug in for the tank, had the tank set, but the next day when we came in, Mario, one of our other extended community members, said it wasn't hot, wasn't low enough, so we had to take the tank out, dig it out, put more gravel in there, and lower it. So that consumed a little bit of time, but we were trying to get that done, all the septic done, so the bathroom's running, because the next weekend was going to be our Fall Harvest Festival. And then during that week, I was hustling to get the hay wagon done for hay rides. And this thing had been sitting, we bought the property, it was over here in the woods. It'd been sitting for like 12 years. I dig it out, no tires on it. The bed, all the wood had rotten and fallen down. So I'd take that metal surround off of there and clear the wood out of it. And then it wouldn't steer. So I had to cut the front end up, get the pieces apart to even get it to where it would steer, and then welded it back together. We put tires on it, got the deck on it and railings, and was able to get it down there. And started feeling, tired, but it was a busy week. I didn't think nothing of it. We got down there, we had our festival. The next Sunday, I went down to bring the tractor and the hay wagon back up. That's pretty much all I did that Sunday. Still feeling a little tired. And then the next day, the Monday, I got a call from my telehealth coordinator. She says, you need to go to the ER and check for AFib, see if you know what's going on there. So I did, and ended up the next 9 days in the hospital. So, surprise, had a few complications there, why we stayed, and we got everything squared away. They changed my med list again, added another one, I think it was. But yeah, I got through that, came home. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I got back. Of course, I'm not feeling the best, but later on in the month, I think it was November. That's last month. We actually got some fence posts in, the gates up on the main driveway, and in the process of going to be fencing on the front side of the property. So I'm doing what I can, kind of getting my wind back and doing a little more. We did clean out the kitchen building and the laundry building of all my stuff. It's piled in the shop, and for a few days I couldn't even move around in there. So I got most of everything stacked along the walls. Now we're going to start putting them in totes and organize them and put shelving and all that stuff. A lot of tools, a lot of equipment, supplies, all that stuff. So that's where all of that is. We were able to move the treadmill and the cycle out of here into the laundry building because we made a lot of room in there. So that equipment can actually get used. What else have we done? We did at Moo Moo Buckaroo's place. We did a permaculture walkthrough, and in the process of drawing those plans out, because he wanted to, he kind of knows what to do, but he wanted some other opinions on if we should change something or any of that, and he was pretty much spot on. But a lot of us went out there and got to spend some time with each other. Anytime you can get together and build friendships is a good thing. So that was a good time. So that pretty much puts me, what's going on here. We've been cutting firewood, just the maintenance on keeping buildings sealed up to make sure the sheep and goats ain't blowing out a wall on a shed or something. So still got the fencing. We got some gate openers to put on the gates. But yeah, Christmas is tomorrow. We'll be down at Grumpy Acres, spending some time with friends again. That's pretty much it. So yeah, that year's had some heartaches and setbacks, but we've had some building and infrastructure added to again, and more equipment running. So that's pretty much it. I want to thank everybody for kind of hanging with me. Probably wondering where I went, what happened. Life gets busy. It's just easy to put the YouTube stuff aside. But I'll try and get back on the videos and get everything going. So, yeah, thank you again for sticking with us. Now that I got a wood shop, I'll be able to get my wood products done. The website's almost done, so I'll have that up and running. We've got the equipment. Notice the backdrop, stuff like that for our podcast. That'll be coming along. So things are planned. The plans are coming together and becoming a reality. So anyway, stick with us and check back soon. Thank you guys.